Yeah, peace everyone, peace. What's going on everybody? What's going on everybody on this Tuesday? Everything is everything is copacetic, we just trying to keep this thing up and moving. What's going on, Jackson? What's up? Jackson. What up, Jacktown? What's cracking, baby? You know what I'm saying? I hope everything is good, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just gonna we're gonna get into some stuff today. You know, yeah, I was watching. I watched the. I've been watching like different podcasts, right? And there's this one. There's one podcast that I watch. It's this former. He was a former mob boss called Michael Francis. Shout out to him because he did this thing with the representation of the police. With the police. He was like, I want to say it was sort of a debate type situation. And I was looking at it about some months ago about it, and he made a point that they couldn't get. I got it. He, saying what he was saying was, how the feds and some of the police, they manufacture these crimes, and see, that's, and they was always, they constantly, well, it's all about choice, this, that, whatever the case may be. Okay, yeah, but you manufactured the crime. See, I couldn't have been in that debate. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I couldn't have been in that debate because my thoughts is this: it's an entrapment if you know that I am susceptible to do some dirt. You know I'm gonna do some dirt. So you gonna manufacture a crime just so you can throw me in jail? It's just like, everybody, what they do. You know what they do. It's just like you got a gang, you got like a street gang, for example. You know what they do. You know how they roll. You got the gang force task. Everybody got type of surveillance on them. Everybody know what type of activity they in. Everybody know kind of how they get down. But you won't come into their midst and create a crime for them, and they're gonna adhere to it. Why? Because that's what they do. Okay. It ain't no damn difference. I'm an honest guy, and I'm looking for a job. And you come and you offer me a job. You say you want to offer me a job, and I take it. I take the job, and then all of a sudden it's something illegal. How am I supposed to know? It's the same thing. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. Say, well, you could have said, well, what kind of job is it? My light's finna get cut off. But you tell me, this is a job. It's like, you tell me it's something honest. But then again, it's not. You telling me that, I'm just gonna give an example. You know, I go, but you tell me, say I need to go by there and, you know, I know they don't deliver newspapers anymore, but it's just like you say you're gonna go up there and you're just gonna just take, get newspapers out people's yards and just kind of, and I'm like, you know, but you can say, well, I know they say, well, You be like, well, is that illegal? Is that legal? No, because they could tell you. They could tell me anything. They could tell me. They could tell me they work for the paper company, and they want me to, pick up newspapers, whatever, this, that, whatever, and that's that. But I need a job. Man, they manufacture these crimes for these but I digress. I'm speaking about the criminals from the criminal aspect of this. Let's talk about the criminal aspect of this. You got a street gang. They into drugs. They into drugs, controlling the neighborhood, making sure the neighborhood, they the only ones in that neighborhood doing that, boom, 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 and here you, and you know what I'm saying, and that's their thing. Then everybody got them. Then the FBI and everybody's got them. The gang task force. Everybody got them under surveillance. They know how they roll. But then all of a sudden they slow down doing what they do. They don't. They kind of go inactive. They kind of find something else to get into. But then they find this opportunity. Then they come around. Let's say the FBI, somebody like that. They come around with this grandioso deal. They're gonna take that deal. They're gonna take that deal. They say, "Oh yeah, that's a good deal. We can go back into business. We can do some, we can do some good business with that. That's, But they manufactured the crime. See, but then they psychologists. They all take psychology. They know the psychology of these gangs. That's the fight that I've been fighting. But I'm saying all that to say this. Attorney Jody Owens has a court date today for a bribery charge. Him, former Mayor Chuck Wade, Antar Lumumba, and former Council Aaron Banks. Alright, check it out. They manufacture. Okay, so now but he got a court date today. See what I'm saying? So he told me, he said, "Yo, you putting in this joint." Say, "Yo, they manufactured that. I ain't never did none of them. I never did anything to be implemented in any type of activity. Nothing. Why is y'all coming after me? I'm telling you. I said this before. They tripping. You gonna manufacture a crime? And then, but this cat, so what? So what? So what? He took the bread. So what? If he took the bread, if he allegedly took that bread, so what? He allegedly took that bread. So what? If he allegedly did that, so what? But if the bread wasn't there for him to take, he wouldn't have took it. I promise you. If somebody walk up on my doorstep with some bread, I'm gonna take it. What you going? You going to get me for robbery? You gonna get me for robbery, armed robbery? Or accessory to armed robbery? These cats running, they done robbed the bank, then they gonna come and they stash the bread. They stash the bread in my garage, and I come by there, swipe my cane, and I feel a bag of bread, bag of money. Man, and I'm like, what is this? Man, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna look at it because I know, I know what that is. Come on, man. I'm like, yo, just so they can and they gonna get away. They gonna get on down. Man, please. What say they gonna tell me? I'm an accessory? Police see me pick it up. They just like, I'm accessory. Man, please. I'm not really buying this crap. But let me say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna land my plane on this one. If you think the feds is gonna take an L, After they took this L with Ted DiBiase Jr. Now I don't believe that. I don't think the Feds gonna take an L. They ain't gonna take another L. Real talk. The Feds ain't gonna take another L. Them cats gotta fight. I think them cats gonna have to fight in front of them. You know what I'm saying? I think them cats, they got him out the way first. But I don't think them cats gonna take it. I don't think they gonna take an L on these cats. I don't think they gonna take an L on these cats. I could be wrong. We'll see. Time will tell. But I don't think they gonna take an L. You know what I'm saying? The Feds ain't gonna take an L. They'll take another L? Come on, man. So let me I done land my plane on that one. You know, but anyway, but anyway, talk. But I want to talk about this nine-member council that they want to put in place of the Jackson Water. Man, that's crazy. They tripping. I ain't never seen nothing like that. You got 9 members. You gonna put 9 members in this joint to make decisions, and then there should be a majority of representation that belongs to the city. And it's not. Where's the fairness in that? Where's the fairness in that? I think what they said, the mayor got 2, the governor got 2, I think the lieutenant got 2. I'm not for sure. I'm saying 2, and then I think so. I think that's how it works. But however, they got to elect 2. Like, come on. Yo, they need to block that mess. Because it's a bunch of politics. Man, I know the mayor ain't on board with it. The council ain't on board with it. And the residents, we definitely ain't on board with it. Yo, I'm glad they came out there to that, and voiced their opinion last night about that mess. I really wish I would have knew. I would have went. I'd have hopped my tail. I'd have grabbed me a ride, and I'd have went over there to there, and I'd have voiced my opinion. Because, like I said, this right here, it's whack. It's whack. They said, well, what can you do? Man, come on, man. It's a lot you can do. Man, the governor got a boss. Man, you start writing the DOJ. Man, write the DOJ. Inundate that son of a guns with letters. Inundate the EPA. Some changes you'll make some changes. Inundate these son guns, man. Don't work. Let me tell you something. These son guns work just fine. I'll be happy to assist. I'll be happy to assist. Get a petition started or write individual letters. I'll be happy to assist. My printer works just fine to write these suckers. Because I don't know if the governor, I don't know about the lieutenant governor, I don't know about them folks. I don't know anything about them people. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I don't know if the city can trust them. I don't know. I don't know if the city can trust them. And I'm not trying to, I would inundate them too. The governor and the lieutenant governor too with mail. But I'm looking at the DOJ and EPA. I'm looking at them because I'm telling you, this right here is totally unfair for the city to fork over the control over these 9 members, and most of them don't have no dogs in the fight. They probably get their water from somewhere else. They probably living on well water. Who knows? Point being, this need to be stay right here in Jackson. Everybody else do. Every other municipality that I know about, that stuff is right there in their city. Their city got control over their water. Now, the lights and gas and all that, yeah, of course, they got their, they got the MPLs and they got the Dentigies and the Con Eds and all of that. But I'm merely speaking about the water. That right there need to stay right here in the city. The city need to have control over that. Full control. It's like they're looking over them like grass. I'm sorry to say it, but they looking at like what is these you know what I really want to say. What is these doing with, we don't need to have these having control. Not over this. No. That's exactly, in my opinion, that's what they're saying. Because the majority of the council is legislative branch of the city. Majority. The majority are black. Majority of the folks that's on the city council are black folk. And the remaining white folk that's on the council feels the same way. Everybody is on board with this, because this is not really, with the city council, it's not really a black or white thing. What it is, it's about control. And I think, but when you really bring it down to the nitty gritty, let's just keep that a buck here. That's what it's about. It's a race thing. It's a race thing. That's exactly what it's about. Yeah, no doubt. I said it once, I said it twice. Look. Don't nobody put fear in me. What I say here on this camera, I say it to you, straight up. Chuck Williams, the former mayor Chuck Williams Talamuma, screwed this mess up. He could have been tending to that water instead he wanted to tend to that trash. I get that. And like I said before, the city council should have had subpoena power. The city council should have had subpoena power. Since Chuck Williams and Talamuma, they all attorneys and stuff. Their sister's an attorney. I think his sister's the alleged attorney. I know he's an attorney. Come on, Pete. They should have had, but the council should have had subpoena power and pulled his tail in when all that debacle with the trash was going on. They knew it was, but let me say this, they knew that something was going on with that water. They could have been like, no, let's pull this sucker in. They should have pulled him in for the trash. They should have pulled him for the trash and that water. And they would have been in this mess. We got a contract for sewer. If you call the sewer, a contractor gonna come out, clean out your manholes and stuff. What happened to the city? What happened to the city? Man, come on, man. It's a government mess, man. All this is government mess. And bread is, and they talk, they missing money? And they say they missing some bread. They said they is in a deficit. They said they allegedly said that they said they're in a alleged deficit. Dude, if y'all in the deficit, where the bread at? And y'all got all these contractors coming in. Come on, man. Public Works, I don't know what's going on with Public Works. They tripping. Public Works tripping. Man, I saw this. I saw it, I think it was like last year, Public Works came in, they had like Public Works, the fire department, and they was talking about who was entitled to some monies and this, that, whatever. Fire department was by far, they was like, it was the bottom of the barrel with getting funded. And I'm like, Public Works, they said, man, Public Works needs some work. They need work. They need work. They brought them sun guns out there and they had that special meeting at the city council. And man, and like, dude, it was a woman and a man. It was I can't remember their names, but they was Public Works, and like when one couldn't answer, the other one said, well, I'm gonna let this person answer for you. Man, they all should be answering. They all should be stepping up to the plate to be able to answer the questions of the city council. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's mad crazy. It's crazy. I'm looking for the growth and the development of Jackson. You call this growth and development, really? Let's keep that a buck here. Let's keep that a buck here. Let's keep that a buck. We need to put some people in there that really knows what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, let's get them trained. I don't like firing nobody. Everybody needs a job. But let's get them trained. Let's get them retrained to be able to articulate questions that the city council have, be able to answer them. And if they don't, and just be able to just get them trained. Get them trained in their public speaking. Go to Toastmasters or something. Have somebody in these different departments come out and speak. Straight up. Bring the expert, but you're going to stand out and speak. Come on, man. Come on, let's get this city together. This city needs to get together. Wood Street showed that they can get together. If they can come together, come on, man. Come on, the city as a whole need to come together. Wood Street showed something the other day. They showed something the other day. So, gotta get it together. And I don't know, allegedly, they talking about the Parks Department is finna break the Parks Department. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna research that, because I heard that through the grapevine. I don't wanna go on hearsay, but, and I don't wanna go on hearsay, so I just say allegedly. But if that is true, then I can understand why the Jane Avenue Recreation Center is closed. Because back in the days, it was booming. It was booming with kids coming in from school, or in the summertime they would be over there playing, going to the sliding boards, going to over there to the swings and having a good time. Come on, man, keep that a buck. Playing basketball, they even took the basketball goals down. I know they think this is one basketball goal is up. There's 4 basketball goals, and you took them all down. Why? Why nobody plays over there in that dugout anymore? Oh, because you got the dugout over there at Hughes Field? Hughes Field got their own thing, so nobody plays over there anymore. If they do, they do it off the cuff. If they do it, it's off the cuff. You excuse my background, I got my window open, so you're going to hear cars going by. But I'm just saying, I'm keeping that a buck here. What they gonna do with them two dugouts? I'm talking, and then you talk about the city's in a deficit. Bro, do you know what they could do with that dugout? You got all these eateries, you got all these people with food trucks. Man, they could set something up. If you're not going to do nothing with that dugout, pave it. Pave it. Put some electricity out there. Secure some electricity. And bring the food trucks out there every now and then. And have them pay the city. That'll generate some revenue. People going to come. You got sporting events over at the Hughes Field. People over at that dugout behind the police academy. If you did that, that right there would go away. I'm telling you. I'm talking about the deficit. That'll help some. People will come. You got the police academy right there. Why the police won't patrol it? Why the police won't patrol it? Come on now. But you sitting around, you do nothing. Y'all sitting around hollering, well, we gotta find money. Y'all found money to pay the new chief? Come on, man. Let's keep that a buck. I'm looking, like, once again I say, I'm looking for the growth and development. I live here. I could say this, what I'm saying right now, because I live here. I live here. I love Jackson. I'm just going to keep it a buck here. I love Jackson. I want to see Jackson move forward. Man, got all these tax dollars. What's up with that? What's up with these? Look, what's up with the... Man, y'all about to make me cuss. But I'm not going to do that. I have self-control. But what's up with the tax dollars? We got the highest tax. We got the highest taxes here in this region, right? The highest tax base. But you're in a deficit. Where that bread? You got businesses leaving because of the taxes. Business don't want to come in because of the taxes. What is going on? What is going on, Jackson? Business don't want to come in here because of the taxes. So if the businesses don't want to come in, how you going to generate revenue? Yeah, you're going to stay in the deficit. You know why? Because your tax is too high. Just tell me I'm lying. Leave me a comment. Love to hear from you. Just keep it a buck. Let's keep this a buck here. Jackson need to stand up. They need to do better. Real talk. Y'all sitting around here y'all keep people down. Y'all want to keep the knee on the, then on top, y'all want to keep the knee on the neck or what, on the wood? Come on, man. How in the hell y'all gonna keep y'all knee on the neck of Wood Street and them folks coming out and they expressing their opinion? They doing their job as residents. Let's keep that a buck. Many of y'all don't know me. It's all good. But you can get to know me. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. This ain't no ploy for nothing. I ain't got nothing to gain by this. For real. I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And if you don't like it, hey, don't watch. Don't view this video. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you what's up. There's a prime example of what the residents should be doing. They should be coming down to the city council in drones. Hey, this right here sucks. What's going on with the parks department? Why is it not nobody coming out here, and why nobody is you know what's up? Where our kids gonna go? Why does the Boys and Girls Club got a monopoly on our children? Why do we gotta pay the Boys and Girls Club and then, you know what I'm saying, for our children when they can come right here? Ain't that where my tax dollars is going? Keep it real. Yeah, but I won't. Yeah, but I like I said, but yeah, but I want to go back and talk about this dugout. That dugout ain't moved, and I'm like, everybody is standing still on this crap. Everybody, ain't nobody saying nothing. I don't know if there's anything in the make or not. I doubt it. And it's just sitting there. And sitting there. It could be utilized. Food trucks can come in. People with flea market come in. And they could pay the city. Generate that revenue can go to the city. Can benefit from that. There's your revenue. There's another revenue source. But that's too much like right, Jackson. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm gonna land my plane on that one. Real talk. Through talking about that. That's, you know what I'm saying. You know, because, you know, that dead horse has been beaten. And the thing about it is that until somebody decides to move, you know, we got to get some revenue moving. That's why I said, you know, send me a shout out, like and subscribe to this video, you know what I'm saying, so I can be able to, you know, so we can go live and start doing our thing and get and generate some revenue. You know, this is important here, because believe me, I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, I'm gonna do my thing. Whether you believe me or you don't, I don't care. If I got more, if there's revenue in this, I'm gonna donate some bread because I'm gonna keep this thing moving. It ain't gonna be no every week or every other month, something like that. I'm gonna drop a video. Nah. We're not finna do that. I'm consistent. If I'm gonna be consistent, then let's do it. Let's make it happen, Jackson. Let's galvanize. Let's get together. Let's do this. Click like and share. And believe me, believe me when I tell you, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna turn it out. I'm gonna turn this out. Oh man, Joker, he ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, alright. Yo, hey, like I said, I ain't trying to beg nobody. I'm just trying to make something happen for the city. I really want to make something happen for the city. But for me, I'm like the late George Moore that was over the CDC. My contribution is right here. Doing this podcast. The 601 Network. Real Jackson News. That's my contribution. I'm not willing to go into the politics scene. I can. I qualify. I've been in here almost 30 years. I'm well overqualified. I'm a voter. What's going on? So I'm a voter. I'm gonna keep it a buck here. I'm a voter, but I don't vote. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't see, until I start to see some folks out here that's really trying to do what they need to do, I'll vote. Now, like the council, oh yeah, we're gonna rock and roll, baby. We're gonna go on cast it. We're gonna cast it. For the mayor, whatever, we'll cast it. If John Horn want to get reelected, we'll cast a ballot. But I'm just saying, I ain't doing it because I'm a Democrat, or a Republican or independent. I ain't saying none of that. I want effectiveness in this city. You can say whatever you want to say about Chokwe Antar Lumumba Jr., but Chokwe Antar Lumumba Sr. was effective. He started the 1% sales tax. God bless that brother. The late, great Frank Milton. Say whatever you want to say about Frank Milton. Frank Milton started just by commenting about the King Edward's Hotel. Because before I lost my eyesight, he said either we fix it up or we're going to tear it down. He was effective. Yeah, you got to get sometimes you do got to get your hands dirty in order for people to trust you. But let me say this. I don't know whether the man was dirty or he was clean. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But he was effective. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with a lot of stuff that he did. But when it came to the city, he showed effectiveness. And what I'm saying, all I'm saying is that the type of effectiveness I'm saying is you have to show the residents that you care. And the way you do it is you got to be bold. You got to say, nah, we're not tolerating that. Yo, police, let's rock and roll. Yeah, let's get in the command center. Let's roll around this city. I mean, come on. You gotta have some type of effectiveness. Alright. So, I land my plane on that one. Real talk. I land my plane on that one. You know? But like I said, but anyway, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on here in the city of Jackson, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that we as residents has to inundate that city council to show them that, hey, we're the resident. And if you don't do what we say do, you gone. You gone. And that's not to slight them. I'm not trying to slight them. But they are public officials. What you want to do? You want to come out in drones and say, hey, this is what we need in our community. Let's make this happen. As a whole, Jacktown. As a whole, not just in just individual neighborhoods. As a whole. Wood Street shouldn't have came out there by themselves. I don't know if they did. I don't know if they did. I don't know if they didn't. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, Wood Street, there should have been a lot more people come out there. What I'm tripping on is when something good happens, like something like good happens at Jackson State or some other college or whatever the case may be, or high school, they come out in drones. They come to the city council in drones. But when something bad happens, people sit on their hands. Come on, people. Come on, that's whack. It's like they scared to say something. They scared to say something to the city council. Like they're gonna say the wrong thing. Nah. Say what you send letters. Certified mail, get a return receipt, let them go down there and get it. Let them sign for it. You got my letter. Here's what I'm asking for. Here's my demands. I'm not saying, demand that way. I'm just saying, you wanna look. This is your city, not theirs. That goes for the mayor. That goes for the judges. That goes for the legislation. This is your city. You, sir, madam, residents of Jackson, y'all the fourth separation of powers. Y'all the fourth separation of powers. So let's just keep that a buck here. Let's keep that a buck. Exercise your rights. You already take benefits and privileges, but what about your rights? Alright, I land my plane. That's it for me. I'm your host. You know what I do. You know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Comment me or send me an email. You can send me an email at blindintelligence@gmail.com. I'm gonna try to change that gmail.com mess so we can get a real legit email. So, yo, till tomorrow, yo, stay up.